the Texans essentially take a moral loss. All right. How do we handle it? How do we move forward? How do we get better going into week 3? Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
How sweet it is. How sweet it is. Hey,
2-0, baby.
2-0. We down in the dumps. The media, the local media, at least everybody that watched the game is kind of down in the dumps because we know how what this team is capable of, right, Omar?
Right,
but essentially, like you just said, at the end of the day, we're 2-0. The rest of the division is 0-2. We have a dominant lead in the division. But let's talk about what we need to do to improve, man. Before we get rocking and rolling on all of our points, guys, of course, you are joined here on the Bull Run Sports Podcast channel, the best and entertaining YouTube channel when it comes to these Houston Texans, man. So congratulations, you found us. This is the channel where we recap preemptively the historic Super Bowl run for the Houston Texans, man. We're going to get into some more stuff later. But look, CJ Stroud has made it impossible for all rookie quarterbacks.
He just ruined what is supposed to be a normal learning curve for a rookie quarterback coming from college football to NFL football, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if yesterday's game wasn't a clear indicator of what a normal NFL rookie quarterback's season is supposed to look like, then I don't know what is. Because by all stats, Caleb had an improved performance yesterday based on coming from his first week, right? His first week was absolutely atrocious, deer in the headlights. And then I really feel like this week he got his welcome to the NFL moment, right?
He had a better game. He played better, but yeah, I mean, it was a typical what you would expect from a rookie quarterback. And DeMeco Ryans, being the incredible coach that he is, knows this kid ain't gonna be able to handle the pressure, the blitzes. No. You know, we put more pressure on him. He's gonna make rookie mistakes, and he did. But like we say, that's what you would expect. CJ, dude, this is barely his second year, and as you heard from Tarico and Collinsworth throughout the commentation, I didn't think they did such a bad job. They had some goofy moments, which you would expect, right? But for the most part, I think they did a fairly decent job. They mentioned throughout the telecast, when you blitz CJ Stroud, good luck. And that's based on his stats from last season, which was his rookie season, So he's, like we're saying, he set the bar so high and the standard so high that watching a guy like Caleb Williams, who had a normal trajectory last night of a decent game, you're like, oh man, he gonna be a bust. He gonna be trash. That's the narrative, and it's so unfair, man. It
really is unfair,
dude. Do you remember?
Is that it's unfair for everybody else?
You remember, like, the talk was always for rookie quarterback. Of course, now we're saying the comparison of CJ Stroud, but what it used to be was, oh, Peyton Manning. When Peyton Manning was a rookie, he threw 28 interceptions. It's fine. These guys will learn. They can eventually turn into something great. Now it's like, oh man, if you ain't coming out balling, like,
exactly. Yeah. First 10, what was it, like first eight games without throwing a single pick or something like that? I can't remember what the stat was. I'd have to look that one up, but it was something extraordinary. I think it was rookie record setting for the most consecutive games, initial games without throwing a pick for a rookie quarterback. I mean, it was just insane. And then what he ultimately led us on to, which was a pretty good playoff run, and then just this immense amount of momentum coming out of that season, and then just growing all of that momentum, growing all of the love for the kid over over the off season. And then here we are, 2-0, right? With
the highest expectations, one of the highest expectations in the league, for the team. His counterpart, the little fella that got drafted a pick before him, just got benched. No longer the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Now,
shout out to the Red Rocket. He's finna come out and handle business.
He is. Now that team is going to improve. Obviously they would have wanted Bryce to get his footing, but it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with him, man, and how how that's going to go. But look, I'm telling y'all right now, all right, Houston people, if you're watching this right now and you own a restaurant, you own any type of service, you own something that you can provide for an individual, Lovie Smith should not have to pay for nothing for
ever again.
He should eat free.
By the next video, I will have the new merch out, and we are going to show some absolute love to Lovie Smith.
Got to.
God bless that man. God bless Lovie Smith.
Got to.
Absolutely. Lovie Smith should never have to pay for a drink or a meal in the city of Houston ever again.
No, and it's outrageous if he does. Shame on you if you're an owner of anything and he has to get out his wallet.
If I ever see Lovie Smith in a restaurant or at a bar or something, I am picking up his tab.
Absolutely.
I'm spending my last to pick up Lovie Smith's tab.
Look, if you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about, if you're a Houston fan, obviously you should know. We're not going to go into the whole thing, but essentially, Lovie Smith won us a game we had no business winning. It would have gave us the #1 overall pick, but instead he said, F you, because he knew his time was coming short. He knew he was getting canned.
He was on his way out.
Immediately following that game, he was like, you know what? Screw him. I'm going to win this game. Not only did he go for a play to win the game, he went for a 2-point conversion to show his clear intention was to win the game. And
just in case you thought he did it on the #1 pick. Just in case you thought he did it on accident. Or just in case you thought it was a fluke. No. I'm going for the 2 just to lock this thing in so that, if that wasn't one middle finger, the 2-point conversion was the second one. And it was like, mic drop and, Lovey out,
Facts.
Oh, man, that was such a good situation. I mean, we were all pulling our hair out at the time, right? We were absolutely pulling our hair out. We were trying to figure out what the hell is he thinking? What the hell is he doing? Why is he doing this? Lovey just screwed us, right? We could have got the #1 pick. Instead, here we are. We're going to be drafting second. We don't have the cream of the crop pick anymore. And then here we are, 3 years later? 3, right? When was that? Let's see. Lovie Smith. Texans. Yeah, I think it was 3 years later. He ended up being our coach for, I want to say it was a couple of years. Houston Texans, into 2021, 2022. So he was our coach.
Lovey was one and done.
Right, 2021, but he was also our
Lovey was one and done.
It says associate. Oh, okay, yes, you're right. Head coach 2022. Yeah. Crazy, man. But here we are a couple years later and everything looks fantastic, We're on this upward trajectory as we make our way to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. I need to start booking like hotels and like accommodations like now because we're going to be there. And I don't, you know what I mean? It has to happen. But I mean, one of the big things that we wanted to try to go over, we obviously, if you guys didn't join us on the live streams, those are always a blast, right? Because you guys actually get an opportunity to come in, jump in, be with us on camera, right? All you got to do is follow the link, and immediately after the game, we obviously don't know when the games are going to end. We try our best to time it. I think me and my man, we pushed it back a couple of times because we just couldn't really time the ending of the game. But ultimately, what we like to try to do is as soon as that game's over, jump on, have you guys jump on with us. We'll give you guys our initial reactions. You guys give us your initial reactions. We had a few folks jump in with us yesterday as well. So that was a ton of fun. And I think at one point we had like 30. Yeah, we had like 36 people in the room, which was, I mean, a lot of people don't think that's a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people in and out, man.
Yeah, it was great. So
always fun. People, genuine vibes, man. High on life. One guy, our dude tangents, literally high on life. Always a good time with our guy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, shows what professional Omar is, man. I'm having a little bit some connection issues today, but my man holding it down. Hopefully, I
Okay,
wasn't
all right.
frozen with one of those stupid faces, just like,
Yeah, I
you know.
mean, yeah, it was
Hopefully, they had it
you're
straight.
kinda like this, you know? No, all good, man. We'll keep the party rolling. We keep the party
That's
rolling
what we
around here.
do, man.
One thing
Yeah,
that I walked away
we've
with
been
pretty
talking about.
scary was Joe Mixon. Have you heard anything about him?
Haven't seen any updates, man. I know they, testing him out, trying to get an MRI to see potentially if he's going to miss any time, right? Because, man, when you got that adrenaline going during the game, you got an initial injury, you
Right.
can still come back and play, but hopefully it's not anything that is a real sustained injury, bro. Hopefully, obviously we've seen him come back in the game, but like I say, with that adrenaline kicking in, you never
Mhm.
know. So hopefully, man, we'll see. Because as high as we've been on Cam Akers, the run game in general was garbage compared to
Yeah.
the Indianapolis game. Man, they
Right.
kind of struggled. Joe Mixon even struggled. Obviously, Damian Pierce was already hurt. Cam Akers, somebody that we've been championing hard, struggled out the gate. Then he got his footing, and started getting some good runs. And then the motherfucker want to cough up the ball on the 3-yard
On
line,
the
which
goal line, man.
it's like, come on, bro, what you doing? So wasn't great, man. We definitely need Joe Mixon, bro. We don't want to be without him. So hopefully, we'll keep y'all posted for sure. As soon as we get the news, we'll either come on, give a quick update, or do a short something. But you'll hear from us first for sure.
Yeah, Schultz, on another injury update. I mean, Schultz played through his injury. He was supposed to be out. Schultz ended up playing in the game. Not doing too bad. 2 catches, 21 yards. Um, Played a lot on the
Not great.
block. Huh?
Not great.
No, I mean, but still, I mean, he 2 catches for 21. I don't know how many times he was targeted. I don't think he was targeted that much.
Yeah.
Um, but
Our boy
again, man,
Case, our boy K Stover had a huge play on that 4th down, man. That was
big
a nice
play.
design. That was a really nice design.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't have I wouldn't have bet that was gonna go to him on that one. I mean, the way they were set up, it looked like run play all the way for I think we needed to get what, like 2 yards or a yard or something like that?
I think it was like a yard, bro. But I mean, given the way that the running game had been going, it's like you
Right,
should be able to get a yard. But it
right,
was like, oh, they was stuffing us, and they was ready. And
right,
K Stover, he didn't have a catch in the Colts game. So if you're looking at film, you're like, hey, this guy is a monster. He's Bobby Boucher out there with these blocks. So you see that guy, you're like, oh man, this about to be a heavy run package. He about to try to plow us to get this
right.
this look, and then he leaks out and gets a huge catch, man. So
Yeah.
I was happy to see that for him, bro.
Yeah, he had an 18-yard run. So that was I mean, ended up being a good 18-yard run. So that was pretty good. Um, Man, Stroud struggled a little bit. Really didn't get much movement going on in terms of him getting some yards. Usually he's up there in the rushing stats. Getting some plays on his feet and stuff like that. I mean, listen, the other thing that people don't talk a lot about is how good the Bears defense is, right? I mean, this isn't Bears defenses aren't they aren't a slouch, right? I mean, this is something that
Yeah.
we definitely needed to be ready for. They came with everything they had, and we absolutely came with everything that we had because I mean, we talked about it
Yeah.
yesterday on the live stream. Our defense won us this game, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah. Defensive game, man. It wasn't CJ. It wasn't one of CJ's best games. It was some costly drops. He could have padded his stats a little bit, especially if
Mhm.
Tank would have came down with that one. I think he would have tried it into the end zone with his
Yep.
special ability, man. So, thankfully, bro, it's the beginning of the season. These are things that we can clean up on. I'm not overly concerned because at the end of the day, CJ Stroud is one of the best, as we talked about earlier, even as a rookie at protecting the ball. He gets out there, does what he needs to do. And just as good as this team is, bro, has there ever been a time historically with the Texans that you could say, bro, we literally check all boxes?
Right.
Throughout the years, it's like, man, we got such a good defense. If we only had a better quarterback, or
Right.
man, we got this new shiny toy. If we only had this, now it's like, bro, we literally got. I mean, what's missing?
Yeah.
Where's the holes? And
There
so
are no holes, and you know what's interesting, man? To your point, right? I feel like for the first time in a long time, all of our pieces are there. right?
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of fine tuning and staying healthy, right? One of the main reasons why we couldn't get our running game going is because Scruggs was out. I mean, we were playing with a backup center, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's things like that are going on. Damian Pierce was hurt; he was out also as well. I think his was hamstring, right? Yeah, he had hamstring. Drew Scruggs dealing with a groin injury. Those are just things that and then coming into the game, the guy that was dealing with a flu or a cold for the last couple of days, Nico Collins, ended up having a monster game. And so
Nico, bro, we said it last game.
He's our number one guy.
He's the number one. I mean, there's no he's playing so fucking well. I'm almost ashamed that we even had the conversation in the offseason. He's making it clear, and they did the comparison for him to Andre Johnson, dog, because he's been a baller since he's been a Texan,
Yes, I noticed that. I like that. I like that comparison too.
Yeah,
very, very big body, very aggressive type of runner. Very much a yards after the catch kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
That goes out and gets those yards. Very hard to bring down.
Yep.
I mean, just he's out there balling, man. I don't want to be too hard on us because I think having somebody like a Stephon Diggs that was still unproven in this system and with this team, right? He was coming in. We thought for sure he was going to get the lion's share, and then just good old Bobby just pulling the okey doke on us, right? And turning Nico into turning his big money guy into the big money receiver. Let's not forget
he's a top 5 receiver. I mean, I don't think there's any question. He's a top 5 receiver in the league.
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
No, he had a great game, and I mean, just making spectacular catches. Yeah, man, it's just it's a good place to be right now, definitely.
Man, we've been talking about our defense. Obviously, we won this past game. The defense won it for us, right? A lot of players had a lot of great games, and we'll get into those individual guys. But our next opponent coming up is the Minnesota Vikings. Just like we're waiting on an update with the Joe Mixon injury. Big one is the Justin Jefferson injury. Now, initially, JJ has come out and said that he think he's gonna be fine. And I would expect for Justin Jefferson to play. So we just gonna prepare as if this brother is playing. We're going up against the number one receiver in the NFL. I don't think a lot of people are going to debate that. But we were kind of, I think we had this one checked as a win no matter what. But then you get the news that their starting quarterback, their rookie quarterback, gets injured in the offseason, out for the year. So you expecting, well, hell, beyond a shadow of a doubt, now for sure, this is a win. Sam Darnold's been playing well, bro.
But then injure Sam Darnold, right? I mean,
yeah,
he wasn't supposed to be this guy. What is he doing throwing 70-yard bombs, right? Like,
yeah,
what's going on here? Man, just that was a great game. I watched the highlights. I didn't see the whole game, but man, that throw was spectacular.
Bro, that was a 97-yard touchdown bomb.
Dog, that's what I'm saying.
In his end zone. I mean, insane. So if there's anything, we talk about the Texans potentially having holes. One of the holes that we got, that we did fairly well. Look, they had the handcuffs on Caleb Williams a little bit, last night in that game, right? So we didn't see him really air too many out, and we had so much pressure on him that it was tough for him to do. Essentially, Omar, we've talked about it, man. Anthony Richardson only played 4 games his rookie year. So he was essentially a rookie, right? We played a rookie quarterback the first week. Caleb Williams, definitely, this only his second time seeing, NFL action. He's 100% a rookie. Sam Darnold's not a rookie. He's a veteran guy, an inconsistent guy, but still a veteran enough to not be caught off guard, so
not only that, we don't know much about what he's capable of, right? I mean, that bomb was something that people were like, "Oh, well, hello there, Mr. Darnold. How are you?" Right? Like everybody's like, "What's going on here? We didn't know you had that's what you have. That's the cannon you got right there, buddy. All right, well, let's see what you got, right?"
And what a ballsy play, and you're standing in your end zone,
bro. Come on,
yeah.
That was an awesome play, man. That was such an awesome play. I mean, I was watching it with my son. That's my son. That's Max's favorite player. And I was like, did you watch that? And he's like, no, I saw it on YouTube this morning, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. We were watching. He was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was a good play.
Yeah. Fantastic, man.
You know, that's who we're up against, and that's the deep threat. That's the deep threat that caught us with our pants down with Indianapolis, right? I mean, they did it to us twice, 250, almost 50-yard plays, big plays over the top. You know, these safeties are going to have to be, dialed in against Minnesota. So,
absolutely, man. Yeah, we're going to step it up because, like I say, bro, Caleb was just doing dink and dunks. You know what I'm saying? Like I think. I think the coach was just kind of trying to protect him, make sure that he didn't make any big mistakes. They were without Keenan Allen. Roma Dunze was doomed, kind of dinged up. So really kind of all they had was the boy DJ Moore. One of our old receivers was out there torching us in the first quarter. What's his name? DeAndre Carter. Yeah. So
3 catches, 3 yards.
Yeah. We're gonna have to be careful. We're gonna have to be careful on that back end, man, and that secondary, and kind of see. Our boy Kalen Bullock was trying to get a pick on his old teammate, man, and
he almost got it.
Yeah, almost got it. But yeah. Hey, talking about rookies, dog Lassiter.
Lassiter balled out.
He was like they call him locksmith for a reason, bro. He was on it.
What a great game from him, man. I mean, Petrie was out there running all over the place. Man, that secondary, the entire defense won us that game. I mean, and then you can't. Toto was out there laying hat on boys.
The best game of his career.
I agree, 100%.
Thus far, man. And
what a kid to step up, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's stepping in. For
Christian Harris.
For Christian Harris, who's out.
Who might be out for longer, man. And seeing Tortola having that type of game, you feel good. Or you like, okay, if Harris unfortunately does have to miss more time, then you don't feel as bad, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, just great to see these guys like stepping in, plugging these holes that we're obviously dealing with. But I mean, the other guy I want to talk about, Agent Zero. Out there handling business. I don't know what Caleb was thinking, trying to tippy toe on that sideline and try to sneak and get a few extra little yards.
Yeah, well, that's a welcome to the NFL moment. You
100%.
You can't think that you just about to give yourself up and you still got an inch of a body part on that green. Like, hey, Alshire did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't. It wasn't a flag for a reason, right? Now they definitely missed him throw that punch.
They definitely missed that. I think they're still going to find him. But they missed it for sure. You don't think they're going to do anything to him? Do you think we're just going to let it go?
No, they're going to find his ass. But they missed it in real time.
Oh, the call.
An ejection. He should have got ejected.
He should have got ejected. No, yeah. Agreed. He got up. It was funny because I thought to myself, "Oh man, he's about to get," because he was on the floor on the Bears sideline, surrounded by a bunch of linemen. Yeah, it was not a good look, and I thought to myself, "Oh man, he's about to get shoved around." And the first thing he gets up, squares up, and boom.
What was crazy is I was thinking the same thing you were thinking, bro, because their initial reaction. Well, they were mad, and that's what their team's supposed to do, right? Your quarterback gets knocked down, especially one that's such sissified as Caleb Williams. You got to protect the little girl. So I was like, look, they doing what they supposed to do for their teammate. They mad, they riled up, and I'm like, damn, they about to jump this dude, And it was funny, like they gave some static. He got up, he punched the huge linebacker.
Yes.
That guy immediately stood down, bro. He didn't want no smoke after that.
He backed up. He's like, wait a second.
I was like, the rest of the team backed off. They were like, yo,
the whole team backed off. The whole team backed off. So I was on the Bears subreddit talking shit last night. Might have been a little inebriated, but I posted in there, and one of the things I said, he single-handedly exposed the culture of that entire team with that one act. Because let me tell you something. switch roles, reverse roles.
Oh,
let it beat CJ.
We still be fighting.
That gets clocked by a linebacker.
Yeah,
clean clock. But he ends up in our sideline, and then he gets up and he throws a punch. I'm sorry, kiddo. You're not walking out of there.
No,
that's a what do they call it? Empty in the dugouts. I mean that would have been a 5-minute ordeal. That kid would not have left. He would not have left that sideline.
He would have got buried right there on that sideline.
100%.
You know, you would have seen fans jump out the stands. I mean, and no, you're right. That's the same type of deal they were talking about with like Caitlin Clark, WNBA. She out there getting her ass kicked by the opposing teams, and her teammates just standing there watching, ain't doing that. So, dog, I think you showed me the Hard Knocks clip, bruh, where like in the offseason, Caleb's teammates was talking shit about him right down the field.
They're making fun of him.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've since gone back and like, oh, it was playful banter, blah blah blah. This, that, and that. Well, if it was playful, then he probably should have been in on it.
Exactly.
Right? Y'all motherfuckers was on the sidelines, like sneak talking, like, hey, you see that motherfucker? You see the nails he got on? That motherfucker getting his nails done. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that kind of thing, right? It's not like he wasn't. It's not like me and you sitting there talking shit to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was different, but
I mean, it's wildly different. Like that's not playful banter when the guy is not in on the joke. Like you're talking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good, man. That was an interesting, I thought to myself, oh man, Aziz is dead. Why did he do that? And then all of a sudden I see big man kind of go, whoa, hold on a second, man. I was like, oh no, come on. Y'all are, man, I thought y'all was, I mean, I knew Caleb was sassy. I didn't know the whole team was a bunch of punks.
The sassy.
You know what I'm saying?
The like sassy coaches, bro. All of them.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. That's just again culture, right? Culture. You ain't finna touch my quarterback. You damn sure ain't finna get up and punch me on my sideline. And then expect to just walk away. But that's exactly what Aziz did. He got up. There was like 6 guys around him. He looked for the first one and pow.
Dog, you're not running. How long has Aziz been in Houston, bro? Like already coming with that energy, dog. Like
exactly.
It don't take long. Just a matter of long.
But that's culture though, bro. Like that's culture. That's DeMeco. That's DeMeco. That's all DeMeco, right? Yeah. Bringing that culture, bringing that, and then I don't know if you caught the recent press conference that DeMeco did when they asked him about it.
What did he say? Nah,
he was like, man, he goes, he's like, yeah, there's something, Aziz was kind of in the mix. I mean, like it was a clean hit, but he was kind of in the mix, and from what I can see, he kind of stood up, kind of felt threatened, and yeah, he probably should have thrown that punch, and the legal handle that, and they'll do all those other things. He goes, but the hit was clean. Everything was clean, and that's the kind of, he goes, that's the kind of hard football you're gonna get when you play us. We don't know any other way to play, so
I love
don't expect anything less than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna get hit. We're gonna hit you. We're gonna rough you up. We're gonna play hard-nosed ball, and if you're not ready for that, then you're gonna lose.
I love that, man. I love that. I love that he said that. I mean, that's like when you're a dad, and your kid gets into a fight with a neighborhood boy. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then the parents come over all outraged or whatever, and like, oh, your boy hit my boy. And they expecting some type of sissy ass Caleb Williams apology, like, oh man, I'm sorry, he won't do it again. Nah, you let the parent know, like,
it's like, okay,
if you step out of line, my kid gonna punch him out, gonna punch him in the mouth again.
Right. Yeah, it's like one of those situations. It's like, oh well, it wasn't just this one time, right? Like, I mean, your boy was kind of, wouldn't leave him alone. He told him to stop, he wouldn't stop, and then he got what he got, right? I mean, like, I don't teach my son to just run away. Like if try to step away if you can. If you're in the mix, you're in the mix. There's nothing you can do about it. Hey, throw first, throw fast, throw strong, right? I mean, like that's you can't. What are you gonna do?
This ain't the Bear sideline, man.
Exactly, bro. I was tripping out, man, because big man was probably at least twice Aziz's size.
Yes, bro. Yes. And it's like a chihuahua barking at a pit bull.
Yeah, he was like, oh shit. He even threw his hands up. He's like, oh shit. Like,
dog, that's a bad look. That's one of those cringe clips that I get the same feeling looking at that as I do when I saw Cam Newton stepping away from the ball when it was fumbled in the Super Bowl, bro. That was like, that's inexcusable, bro. You got to dive in there. You got to be a man. You got to sacrifice your body, and with what this guy did, after that punch, it's not a good look for his highlight reel, bro.
It's definitely not a good look. Definitely not a good look for the highlight reel. Not a good look for the entire team. Not a good look for the team as a whole. Let me see if we can get this thing. I want to see this.
Were you trying to get something to drink, bro?
No. I'm trying to see, because Aziz, when he hit this kid, he didn't know what to do.
I love it. I like seeing.
I love the hit.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at the hands.
And then look at the whole squad. Like, eyeball the whole squad. Look at Jenkins. Bro. Oh, and then does the headbutt to the other guy too. Clean hit. Nothing wrong with that hit.
Yeah. So Caleb said, goes back all sassy.
He gets up. Wow. Right there. And then
he's like, hey. Look, he's like, hey.
Looks at 58. Hey, he's like, hey. And then look.
What'd you do that for?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys all around him.
Staring at him. What you do that for, man?
By the way, number 58 was who Hunter absolutely broke his ankles.
Oh.
For that game-ending sack.
That was sweet.
My God. I watched that play like 10 times, bro.
That was nice.
That was the sweetest thing I've ever. I mean, the way he just broke his ankles and absolutely left old buddy on his knee. One knee, one leg stretched out. Number 58, same punk that was right there that did nothing when old buddy got up, when Aziz got up and punched his boy in the face. Got cooked, man. That was.
What do you expect? What do you expect from the coach of your quarterback, the leader of your team? This guy got his nails painted, cries after games and stuff. I'm not surprised by anything we just saw, bro.
No,
I'm not surprised. At this point, Bears fans probably ain't watching our videos. We like the comment section was going crazy with Bears fans last week leading up to the game. I'm sure they ain't here for the smoke at this point, bro.
In
but
the live stream, there was none.
Nah, yeah. Hey, if there are some Bears fans still trickling in here, bro, y'all team a bunch of punks, bro.
Yeah.
Punks. All right.
Yep. My man Aziz walked up to the front door, knocked on it, waited for you to open the door, punched you in the mouth, and then looked at you.
Wow.
And you did nothing.
Wow, man.
But we're on to Minnesota next week, bro. That's not going to be a good game. It's not going to be an easy game to win. That stadium is rocking. Absolutely rocking.
At least we plan them now.
Right, not in the dead of winter.
Reason.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That works in our advantage, man. We got to bring our A game. Our offense got to improve. Hopefully, Scruggs is back, because it can't be understated, man. The O-line worked so well in tandem that first game. The running game looked stout. So hopefully we back to full strength. Hopefully Mixon's not hurt. Hopefully Laremy Tunsil, I mean, they just need to work with him, bro, on timing. Like, say, hey, you know what? Don't move until the ball is snapped, brother. He's just paid way too much money to keep doing the same things over and over again.
That's one of the things that we didn't get much of a chance to talk about last night, really, was the absolute drive killer that was what was it? I forgot how many. I think
it was like 3rd and 7, bro. And I called. I texted you. I was like, look, this is why we have CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is a master at these. It was to close out the game. When you just convert this 3rd down, and it's like, hey, game over. We run out the clock just like we did last week. With Indianapolis, and just like I predicted, CJ scrambled, got the 1st down. Supposed to be game, but guess what? Shit coming back. Because stupid ass Laremy Tunsil, bro. It's like, what's going on, man?
And then the fumble at the goal line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this would have been exactly like I predicted.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you would have been like spot on.
28-13, or what did I say? Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
But again, it's just there has to be some. You know what I wonder, man? Honestly, I wonder if as part of their game plan, the Texans just assume that there's going to be 2 offensive false start penalties on Tunsil a game. That's just part of their game plan.
I can't imagine that they do. I mean, that's, like you say, it's a drive killer, dude. It takes us from 3rd and manageable to 3rd and long consistently. Like you say, at least 2-3 times a game. it's inexcusable, bro. I mean, it just can't happen. It just can't happen. It can't continue to happen, bro. It's just he's done it. He's done it
too many times
since he's been here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It
is what it is, bro. You know, we talk about these things. You know, as we say, we got a lot of stuff to improve on. You know, before we get to the Super Bowl, no one said it was going to be easy. No one said we were going to win every game. You know,
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint, bro. So
that's a great segue to the last thing that I want to do. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
What do we got to clean up? What's the one thing that if you picked out of this game, that if you were the coach for this week's training, this week's practices, what are you picking up on that we got to clean up?
Oh man, I mean,
you had a magic wand, you can fix one thing for sure. What would it be?
It's a number of things, but I guess if it was just one thing, I don't know. I mean, as good as the run game looked the first game, it looked the opposite, you know, the second game. Right. So that the consistency has to be there with the run game. You know, I would say, you know, we got to improve on that. Just got to clean it up, man. You know, the trenches.
Yep, the trenches for sure.
What about
if
you?
I had to pick one thing, I would say the penalties. We have got to figure out how to get that under control. I mean, we can't. And the thing about it is that we can't blame it all on Tunsil this game. We had 12 penalties for 118 or 117 yards total loss.
Wow.
Not to mention the momentum kills and all that stuff. I mean, that's for a team of our caliber, guys that are seasoned veterans like what we have on this team that are causing a lot of these. We should not be dealing with double-digit penalties, triple-digit yard loss on these penalties. We have got to clean that up. That is not going to work against the Mahomes of the world. That's not going to work, you know, against the Lamar Jacksons of the world. That's
especially not Mahomes, right? Because we can't give ourselves self-inflicted wounds when we know that the refs are going to help out Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you saw that phantom pass interference call that won them the game, essentially. Like, that's a Patrick Mahomes call if you've ever seen one. It's like, oh shit, we got to do something. These boys are about to lose right now. I mean, he's gonna lose if we don't throw this flag right now.
Right.
Yeah. So, no, you're absolutely right. That's a good one, bro. I mean, you know, you can't be that sloppy of play.
No, you can't. We gotta tighten all that up. Like DeMeco said, keep stacking, baby. We just keep stacking these wins, keep making it do what it do.
Yeah, because the reality that we live in, even with all the mistakes, even with the moral loss, it's still an actual win in the win column. Texans are 2-0 going into a Minnesota game where we are favored by 3 points in their home, which is saying a lot. So. Texans
are 2-0, and more importantly, everybody else in our division is 0-2, baby.
Baby.
We're already out of the blocks and way ahead of our competition. So that playoff spot's looking pretty nice.
And not only are they 0-2, but they look bad. It's a bad 0-2. Anthony Richardson threw 3 picks. They got beat by a team without Jordan Love and Malik Willis as the starting quarterback, bro. I mean, the shit was so crazy. I don't know if you saw in that game. We about to wrap this up, but dude, Malik Willis like took a ball on 3rd down and was supposed to throw it and like hang on to it or whatever. And they asked him after the game, like, dude, why didn't you throw the ball? Like, what was going on? He was like, yo, the center threw up on the ball right before the snap.
I saw that. That was. I saw that.
That's legit disgusting, bro. I mean, shout out to him for even hanging on to the ball. I would have fumbled that shit, bro. I would have been like, ugh.
Oh, man. All right, we'll wrap it up with that one, man. Folks, we appreciate you guys watching as always. We appreciate you guys joining us on the live right after the game. That was so dope. We're going to do another one after this week's game. This is a noon game, so the live will be at a little bit more manageable time. Unfortunately, those primetime games are just going to be that late. We hope that you would feel it's worth hanging on and hanging out with us. And then, but yeah, we're going to keep our normal schedule this week with the previews, with the injury reports the day before, and get you all that information. So keep it locked. hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.